Hello, and welcome to another episode of There I Said It with me, George Alfredas.
Big Jagger.
And I'm Gary with the T.
You know what? Gary has all these fabulous friends. Okay, I don't know why. I got like one or two really fabulous, but Gary knows everybody.
Yes.
And today has another fabulous friend joining us. She is an author. She's an entrepreneur. She is the co-host with the most of the Steve Harvey Morning Show. So we have Shirley Strawberry with us.
Yay!
Love her. We love
Hi,
you.
Shirley. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. What an honor. What a pleasure to see all of you and to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
How is
Excited to have
how
you.
is it that you've been in radio forever and you look 25? How's that happen?
Oh my God.
Seriously, though.
It's God.
You look good.
Because I am 100. I'm
I'm 99, so I'm
Thank
right
you
there with
so
you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? It's so funny because I was telling Gary, I said, I love Shirley's voice. She has the perfect radio voice.
Yes.
And I mean, it's just like,
Thank you.
I was like, how does she naturally sound like that? Like just the tone of your voice. Did you always know that you wanted to do radio? Was that something that you were like, or people said, you need to do radio because your voice?
Yeah, actually, it's funny you should say that because I always wanted to do radio, even when I was a little kid. I grew up in Chicago. I think you guys might know that. I'm from Chicago. I grew up there, and radio was like huge in Chicago. I mean, I grew up with some of the greats of radio in Chicago. And that's what we did. We listened to the radio all day long before we got ready for school, after we came home from school. That was it for us. Like people were on social media and the gram and all that stuff. We were on radio growing up in Chicago, and I just loved it. I loved the women on there. They were also classy and sophisticated and elegant sounding. And that's what I wanted to be from a kid on up to now. So yes, to answer your question, absolutely.
Well, man, is radio changed.
And I was
thank
about
you
to
for
say,
that.
because now it's a
We're
little
not that
ratchet.
classy.
We're not that classy. And
Yeah.
Yes,
You still are. You still are, Shirley. You are.
you are.
We're a little hood ratty.
It's okay because I love it all. You know, everything evolve. Everything should evolve. You got your old school, you got your new school. You know, it's all good. So I love it all. You know, I really, really do. I'm a mentor. You know, I was mentored back in the day. That's who mentored me. So I love it. You know, you have to. The thing about radio is authenticity and being yourself. I think that's what makes a good radio host.
It's that part.
You know what?
Absolutely.
I tell people all the time, especially the women, honey, in radio business. I'm like, honey, it's like you said, the voice, honey, the way you carry yourself. I mean, you know, you got to carry yourself a decent way because, I mean, people listening to you every day, honey, and when they see, they're like, oh, Lord, look how she looking if you're looking all beat down or whatever and stuff. And, you know, Shirley, you still work with Steve, and I worked with him, and he'd always say, dress for the job you want, not the one you have.
He told me the same thing.
And you just have to, you know, and it was, I never forget, honey, and Alfred, you might remember her, honey, it was a voice in Dallas, and it's just Wyvon St. John. She was the night mood person.
I remember.
Oh, she was the night person.
Yes.
Yeah, and her voice just was just so, I mean, it was mesmerizing, honey. And you know, and you just wait to hear it. And you know, we got the it's a voice in Houston, Candy Eastman. You know them, Shirley, Candy Eastman? Her little tag is, she said she's the only candy your mama will allow you to have.
Oh.
And I just, you know, yes, honey, and that's her tag in Houston. And you know, it's good to have a nice voice and to be like Shirley was saying, a classy person, and you know, just carry yourself in a different way. But nowadays, honey, if you got the right skin tone and a big booty, they give you a job in radio.
Right. If you had enough followers.
Okay. And you can't even see that. You can't even see your butt. And you can't even see that.
So
Exactly.
let me ask you something, Shirley. Gary talked about how, I know when I worked with Steve, he was doing mornings and I came on right after him doing afternoons. And I would come to work looking dusty, okay? And we were in a mall setting. So people could walk by and see me and I would be dressed pretty much like I am right now in a t-shirt and jeans. And one time he was like, look here, come here. And I was like, yes. And he was like, what is this? Do not dress the way you're dressed. You just like he told Gary, dress for the job you want, not the job you have. And I wonder for you working with him every day, do you always look good? Are you always on point?
Well, I try. I definitely try. I mean, I do come to work. We work the morning shift, of course, and it's a little challenging to be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning. Made up, lashes, the whole nine, dressed nicely or whatever. It's a little more relaxed now since we work from home. You don't have to be so suited and booted, if you will. But yeah, I mean, I did it before I met Steve, and even, tried to keep it up and do even more, once you met him, because he always came to work looking nice. I think I've seen Steve in jeans in the 20-something years I've worked with him one time. Jeans, one time.
Wow. Well, I ain't never been called dusty, but he was like, you look dusty. I was like, dusty?
You look dusty.
He said, you coming in looking dusty. And he said it with a straight face, not like he was joking. I was like, oh, you serious? Like, don't come to work. So I'll always respect that he said that to me, and he meant it. I didn't really change, but I'm just saying.
He absolutely did. And he's always looking out for women, loves Black women. He always wants us to have a man and, be loved and protected from a man. And how are you going to get a man looking like that? Or, you're a little, he has told me I'm a little overweight when I was a little overweight. He told me that. Okay, what are we going to do? Because you're in the man getting business. Now, you can't eat this. Don't eat this. Oh, yes.
I love it.
But I looked at him as a big brother, he was right. He was absolutely right. He was. So can I just say one thing to my dear friend, Gary? Gary, I love you. Yeah. You know that. We've known each other. People don't even know how long we go back. We go back over 20 years, Gary and I. We used to work together, and we've maintained our friendship. Gary used to work on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. We've maintained our friendship, and I just love him. He's one of the best people I know, and one of the sweetest people I know. So thank you guys again for having me. And Gary, I love you.
Oh, we love Gary. Except
Gary.
you said that he was super sweet and that he was so kind. I was on the phone with him earlier, and and I thought Gary was sweet and kind too until, he walked in some restaurant or somewhere and called somebody a dingbat. And I was just like, Gary, who are you? I'm standing right here, you dingbat. I was like, well, wait a minute.
He will curse you out. I said that.
Okay.
As well.
Nice. After she said it and said all these nice, wonderful things about you,
thinking,
like, tell that story.
I was just on the phone with him earlier. No, we do love
it. Was
Gary.
all out of love. It was all out of love.
Right.
Now, we talked about you being an entrepreneur, and Gary said that you have something really cool that you're doing right now. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is my first foray into business. Okay, I've never done this before, but I'm starting something new. Everybody is doing something. So a girlfriend of mine said, you know what, you need something. Why don't you do a candle line? So she helped me get started in the business. And actually, she does my hair. Her name is Panay. And she helped me get started. So I make candles now. I have a candle business called The Love Collection. This is it right here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
This is the candle. Right now.
It's called one of my candles. This is. Can you see it really?
What fragrance? What fragrance is that?
It's that everybody said, is it strawberry? Is it strawberry? But no, that was kind of obvious. So I didn't do strawberry at first. It's a fragrance. The name of it is called Serenity Blue. And the reason I chose that name is because, in this day of COVID and the pandemic and everything, we have to take better care of ourselves. And everybody's talking about self-care. So I really wanted to do something to make you think when you light my candle to get into yourself, to do you, boo. Okay.
Yeah.
Just self-care, mental care, all of that. And that's what I just let it take you away and just relax and chill, after a hard day's work or whatever, whatever. Just let you think about nothing but you, taking care of you. And that's what it's all about. Yeah.
I love that.
So I'm an entrepreneur now. We'll see how it goes.
But how do people get it? How do they
We'll
purchase it
see.
if they want
We'll
it?
see
How
how
do
it
they?
goes, but I'm excited about it. It's called the Love Collection. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I should tell you that. See, I'm no entrepreneur yet. I'm just getting started. I
Well,
told
you're
you
doing
it's
it
called
because
the
you
Love
like it right
Collection.
now. You
You can
love
go
it.
to Shirley Strawberry. Yeah, because I like it. You go to loveshirleystrawberry.com to purchase the candle, loveshirleystrawberry.com. And or I'm going to be, if you're in the Atlanta area, as we all are, I'm going to be at Phipps Plaza at a store called Merge Co. This is a Black-owned company. It's a store right above the Gucci store in Phipps Plaza in Atlanta. I'll be there Saturday, just in time for Mother's Day, this coming Saturday, May 7th from 1 until 4 p.m. Again, the company is Merge Co., MERGE Company, CO, Merge Co. And I'll be there from 1 to 4. We'll have a little champagne, a couple of strawberries, and lots of candles.
Mhm.
I'll be there. So it should be fun.
I like
Should
it.
be
That's
fun.
perfect for Mother's Day.
Oxtails.
That's great.
Did you say oxtails?
Oxtails?
Yeah, you don't have no oxtails.
Now I do love me
Well,
a
now
little
you know I don't
oxtail.
You know I don't.
Yes, sure.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. You don't
don't
cook.
cook? Me
You don't
either.
cook, but you have a man. There are still, yes, that's Frida's. She does not
It's-
cook, but she
It's
still
not
has a
cook.
man. So that's a myth.
What'd you say, Shirley?
It's a myth.
Oh,
Yeah, I said it's not because of cooking. No, it's not. Not in the
See?
kitchen anyway.
Okay. Let 'em down.
Okay.
Let 'em
But
down.
yeah, definitely. That is a myth. You don't have to cook to get a man. Okay, you don't have to
Yeah.
cook necessarily to get a man. It's a good thing. I'm not saying I can cook. I just, I don't like cooking.
don't
It's not one
either.
of my
That's-
favorite things to do.
I'm the same way. My husband likes to do it. I'm like, you can have at it. And the kids
Yeah.
don't like it when I cook. And
Well,
I
you
don't
know
like it
what,
when I cook. So why
Frida's?
would I cook?
Yeah.
Maybe I can learn a new language. And if I
Yeah.
can learn French or Spanish,
Parlez-vous français? Comment
yeah,
allez-vous?
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, I like it.
Get a little babble in my life.
So the thing about Babbel is, for a lot of us, we learned like Spanish or French in high school, but we really only learned like to take the test. We didn't learn
Yeah.
to really speak the language.
yeah.
And this is why I love Babbel, okay? Like, y'all know I'm minored in Spanish and I like to brag about it a little bit, but guess what? I don't get to talk to, I don't get to use it ever because nobody in my family speaks Spanish. So yo necesito más practicar. So what do? I use
show off.
Babbel, and they have these bite-sized language lessons that are amazing that you actually can use in the real world, like at a restaurant or if you're taking a trip to Mexico. I love, love, love it.
Yes. And when you say bite-sized lessons,
Mhm.
that's all I need. 15
See,
minutes.
that's
15 minutes, I can really absorb and process what I just learned. So that's the best thing about Babbel is like you can go at your own pace. Plus, with the speech recognition technology, it helps to improve your pronunciation and your accent because sometimes, you think you're saying it right. Yo hablo.
Ooh.
Yo hablo inglés.
That's horrible.
Mm.
Okay, okay, gracias. See?
That was good.
And
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, look at
So
Gary to deny that.
There are so many ways to learn with Babbel as well. You can have access to podcasts, games, videos, stories, even live classes, y'all. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee.
Oh, now that's beautiful. But now, honey, right now, y'all, you can save up to 60%, honey, off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/I said it. That's Babbel, BABBEL.com/I said it for up to 60% off of your subscription. Babbel language for life.
That's right.
Me gusta. Perfecto.
14 different languages, y'all.
Okay.
Yes.
Spanish, French, German. But
Read.
speaking
Oh,
of different, go ahead, Shirley. Sorry, it's a little delay, so sorry.
No,
if
I
we
was
kinda
gonna-
cut you off.
Oh, it's okay. I was going to say it's a treat. I want him to think when I cook, it's something special.
Yes,
Okay?
That
It
part.
is something special.
Yes.
It's the best, the
Don't
best
get
ribs he's
cooking.
ever had, the best chicken he's ever had. Oodles and noodles, whatever you
Right.
want to cook,
Oh.
it's gonna be the
It's true.
best thing.
It's true.
Honey,
What is your
I love you.
yes? What is your thing? What is the one thing though? Even though you don't really like to cook, it's not your thing. What is that one thing that you cook that is just Shirley's thing? Like everybody wants Shirley's
Well,
mashed
you know-
potatoes. Everybody wants Shirley's mac and cheese. What is your thing?
My mac and cheese. I think it's my mac and cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
if
My
there's
mac and
one
cheese.
dish that you should be able to
That's
cook
it.
and be good, that's mac and cheese. So yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anybody could do that. Have grown up. We just took it out the
No,
box
that's-
hell and
No, we're not
and
talking about the
boiled
box.
macaroni, put the cheese
We're not.
on.
That's different.
We're not talking about the box. Gary
got
been
time
and
for
laid
all
the American cheese slices
Yeah.
on
That's
top.
right
Look.
on it.
See, look.
Nah, that's my and I'm sick of y'all with this mac and cheese. It's macaroni and cheese, Shirley. We grew up with macaroni and cheese.
Yes,
Oh
we
my
did.
gosh.
Yes, we did. But now
All
it's
right.
mac and cheese, simpler.
Yes.
But I guess that's fun. I make a mean pound cake too, just
Oh,
saying.
now,
Anyway.
anyway. But a thing, a pound cake is that's a thing of beauty.
I can't bake.
Mhm.
A pound
Yes,
cake is
it
not, that's
is.
not
I can't
easy to
really
make. That's old school. I
Yeah,
love
it's-
pound.
Yeah.
I love pound
Mhm.
cakes. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
All
Mm.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's.
Yeah.
So Shirley, the way we do our podcast is we talk entertainment, what's going on in the world. We want to know. We want your views too. We want to know what you think about what's
Okay.
going on in the world. First off,
Okay.
y'all, we need to send prayers up for little Miss Juicy, who was hospitalized. I don't know about y'all. I reported today that she is in ICU, but she's stable, and they
Mhm.
still don't know what exactly happened. So I guess we're just, we just pray for her and just hope everything's, okay with her.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Prayers
Yes.
for her. Yes, absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
So did y'all see a little bit of the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Let me find out Joe Biden got jokes.
I did. I saw it, and I thought, sometimes when there's situations or events like that, you kind of, how you get secondhand embarrassment a little bit because somebody's getting roasted, and it's just like, oh, that's like you really said that to Dr. Biden. Dr. Jill Biden, because I think Trevor Noah was saying how she's still working as a teacher. She's still teaching, a professor. And he said because she still has to pay off her student loans. So
I love that.
Uh,
That's
I was
what's
like,
up.
oh my gosh, like he's going for everybody. But the clips that I saw, it was, the jokes were flowing. So it was
Yes.
good. Trevor Noah did a good job, and so did President Biden.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice for them to pick him for the first time they've been back since what did President Biden call it, the plague or the disaster, and then the
Yeah.
plague, talking
Yes.
about and COVID, then the pandemic. So I thought Trevor Noah was a really good choice to host the dinner. And all eyes were on Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson when they got home. There was a bunch of
Girl.
stars there.
Yes.
But yeah, how about
Ooh, honey.
And she was snatched. I will say
Well, when
she
have you
was
ever
snatched.
not seen her snatched?
thank you.
But no. Let's be clear, because there's a little stint between the breakup and the Correspondents' Dinner where you could tell that she was styling herself. And I'm not saying that she can't dress, but it was a different vibe than when Kanye was kind
Like she
of
was more chill,
I
more
mean,
down to earthy.
now it's like now she's just trying new things. She's
Yeah.
Ain't that the
Yeah.
truth? So
yeah,
What
she
y'all-
looked really
She's
good.
moving forward.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
She
y'all
looks- she's
think
beautiful.
she's gorgeous. She is
Mhm.
gorgeous. What y'all think about the supposed tat that he got of the kids' initials? I feel like he's gonna come out and say, no, that's not on his neck. He's gonna come out and say, no, that stands for Pete goes to New York. Or I feel like he's gonna come out and say it's something else, not what we think it is.
I thought it was crazy because I'm not sure they're going to last. I thought it was pretty soon for him to get the tats of the kids on his neck or wherever. My girl's the lawyer. I don't know. And I'm not wishing anything bad on them. I just don't see it long term. That's all.
Right.
I don't know
say
why,
the
but
same thing. They not gonna be together. And to me, he's acting like a bitch because first of all, he's showing her how much. Look what I'll do for you. Hell, Kanye didn't even have the damn tattoos of his own kids' initial on his neck. So why would you go do some stupid stuff like that? But anyway, that's Miss Kardashian. Now.
Yeah, I think it's a red flag. I'm gonna tell you something. My
I do
husband
too.
has those aren't even his kids. My husband has my elder son, who is not his child. His name tatted, but my husband and I are married, and we had been married 10 years before, and it's along with our other son's name and my name. But we were married, you know what I mean? And so I get it, but not when you're dating and not, I feel like it's a red flag, which brings me to this. what are some red flags that people like just ignore? Like, I think it's a huge red flag for Kim, and I think her sisters ought to be, and her mom ought to be like, "Hey, girl, now listen."
Is it because he got multiple tattoos though? Because I just think the kids, the kids is just, but that's kind of his personality. He gets tattoos, that's his thing.
I know, but keep my kids out of it.
Well, yeah, it is a red flag. Mm-hmm.
And right, doesn't he have that commercial where he's getting the tattoos removed?
Yeah,
he's getting a bunch of tattoos removed, that water or something. So he's getting a bunch of tattoos removed. Now he's putting more on. I don't understand him and his tat game anyway. But yeah, the kids, I thought it was a bit much. I just really thought it was a bit much. I won't necessarily call it a flag, but it's cause for concern.
Okay.
It's cause for concern.
It's a yellow flag.
Caution.
It's a yellow flag.
We'll go with yellow flag. Yeah.
Okay. So what about Rihanna and A$AP Rocky? Is that a red flag? We've been hearing there have been cheating rumors floating around. Now we hear about the gun situation. We've heard about that. I mean, she's about to give birth any week now. So maybe it's too late for the red flag for her. But is this a red flag for Rihanna?
Well, like you said, though,
how could it not be?
It's too late. It's almost too late. Now you about to have that baby.
Mm-hmm.
This boy done tricked you. Did he not tell you he was a damn hood?
Now wait a minute. Now Gary said he done tricked you. He done had a trick up his sleeve to get this billionaire princess. Okay.
I mean, when you think about it, though, she's a billionaire.
Yeah. How can this not be? How can this not be several red flags? Red, yellow, orange, whatever color you have. I love Riri so much. Yeah. Oh my God. I love her. I really do. And she's everything. She's a princess, and she's got all this money and all this stuff. At first I thought this was, cute. They were together. This was cute. It was sweet. And then she got pregnant and then all this came out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I pray, hope for the best. That's all I can say. Because I'm for Black love. I'm for Black love.
Wow.
I'm not.
Yeah, because that was a little, because he got locked up. He got locked up before, like right after they got off of the plane. So as somebody who just enjoyed a vacation, they had a great time. And then all of a sudden,
baby shower.
As Gary says, Leroy then got locked up.
He did turn into Leroy, didn't he?
But Gary, you got to remember, she has dated outside of her race as well. So
she was dating a damn billionaire. She should have never left him here. She should have at least had a baby for him.
But don't think he could have been raggedy. He could have been raggedy too. We don't really know what happened between them now.
But he would have got arrested after they got off a trip. I tell you that damn much, honey. And then, honey, all the other stuff, baby, that she didn't.
Well, rich people look, billionaires and stuff. They have different kind of crimes. They have different kind of crimes. They like. Yeah. Their crimes are not like gun related or whatever.
Say, well, your husband, honey, did some white collar crime, and honey, the fraud of the whole company said, oh, he done shot a damn Negro, and girl, now all this, oh, honey, I feel sorry. That baby should never read the press when they get older. Oh, pleasant child.
Okay, so speaking of that, Kimora Lee Simmons, do you think that she should have seen red flags with her? Is he her ex now? She's married to a really, really rich guy who wasn't really, really rich because apparently, allegedly, he was stealing money.
I think they divorced.
I wonder.
You know what?
With her,
because he was married to two other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And was going in his.
I forgot about that.
He was going in his wife's email and sending Kimora Lee, "Hey, you want to go on vacation with us?" and blah blah blah, and
posing as his wife.
So, but I wonder if there were some red flags for her to see. But see, I would think Simmons was cool with this guy. So I would think, and they had that, that, how white people do. They still friends with their exes and they go on vacations.
That's the red flag.
That right there.
If Russell Simmons is cool with them, that is a red flag. Okay.
And then he turned around and sued them.
Yeah.
So
it's true.
Yeah.
But honestly, ladies, and you too, Gary, don't you think, if you feel a certain way about a person, you ignore the red flags if they're there, you ignore them. I mean, I can think of several I've had when there were
Same.
flags, and I chose to ignore them and keep it going. And it never turned out well. But I can't say that there weren't red flags. There were. I just ignored them.
Yeah.
And a lot of women do that. Guys too, I'm sure. But we do that.
Gary, what are some red flags
and
that
we've
you
done
think
it,
that you...
And just because you're famous.
Yeah.
Gary, what are some red flags you think or that you've seen and that you may have ignored?
You know what? Believe it or not, I don't think I ignore red flags. And that's probably why I'm by myself now.
I don't want to bring up our first episode.
I was going to bring it up, but then I said, you know what?
The name of it, Shirley, is I'm in love with a crackhead. And
that's the name of the episode. And it was Gary.
I would say it had to be some red flags.
So there are a few red flags
in it, Gary. So don't say
Shirley, Shirley, we talked about, didn't we? Talked about him.
Oh, you going to just really, Gary?
Oh.
We're not on the phone, dear.
Not on the group chat.
Oh,
we gonna take care of that.
But yeah, I mean,
yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Gary said he gonna bleep it.
Yeah, but I mean,
history.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Shirley?
I was saying there's a thing called chemistry that can't be ignored. And a lot of times when you have chemistry with a person, it's that feeling, that euphoric feeling, and you ignore everything because the chemistry is so strong with this person, you know, and that's you're saying, huh?
Bleep that damn name, Shirley. No more calling.
She said if you can say it, she can say it. So you already outed him now, so now it's on.
We got it.
Wait, Gary, who?
Oh, yeah.
Our poor producer.
But I think, do y'all think that some of it is sometimes you digmatized?
Of course, that's what it is. Most of the time, I've encountered so many different ladies and different stories where either you got to bail somebody out of jail, he's dropping you off at work and using your car
to go see his other chick.
Okay, like. He's celebrating his birthday out of town somewhere, and you never even knew.
But
like there are a lot of different.
No, I have had a situation. There was someone that I was not stigmatized at all. I was just like, I just felt like I wanted to save this, not save him. I can't say I wanted to save him.
No, that's true too.
I was like,
you think you can change him?
Yeah, I was like, I can change him. Surely he wouldn't be doing this to me. I'm too kind. I'm too nice. Like, I'm going to show him that he doesn't have to be this jerk. But the thing is, he was that jerk.
Yeah.
And there was nothing I tried, you know what I mean? But what men don't understand is that once we're done, we done. You know what I mean? Like men, men don't understand that once women finish, once we're done, they always want that old thing back. But once women are done, generally, we're done. It's too late, you know? So.
Did you forget your point about red flags? You said, or you were about to say something about red flags.
Well, I did. To answer your question, I did forget. Short attention span. Anybody who knows me knows I have a short attention span.
I'm glad.
But so are the other people. So are the other people on this show. So no worries about that. Both of them.
Yes.
I will say this: we stay in those bad relationships way too long. We really do, because I think we're sitting there hoping and wishing and praying that they're going to change. And we as women always think we can change a man. We can't change anyone. We definitely can't. We can only change ourselves, and we stay way too long and take that abuse much too long.
Okay, but we're saying us as women because we have the experience and we know what a woman experiences. But y'all know who I'm starting to feel really sorry for? And I know you're going to say, girl, please. Rob Kardashian. He got a real one with Black China. I feel like he didn't expect Black China to be, I think he got a real hood girl, and he wasn't expecting her to be the way she was. And I feel like she was too much for him. And I feel like there were some red flags that Rob Kardashian definitely missed. And then I think his family tried to come to the rescue, but it was too late.
First of all, you're forgetting there's a triangle. There are a lot of parties involved in this whole saga.
We know Tyga,
you have Tyga and Kylie who were together.
Yes.
When China was with Tyga.
Nah.
And then, like, you,
Yes,
to
but still,
me,
it
seems like it was a game
Yes.
plan.
But I think Rob was so not used to. I think he didn't know he was part of the game. I
Well,
think
he
that
don't
Black
now, damn
China.
it.
Yes, he does.
He
I think
wanted
Black China
black-
was trying to get Tyga back.
He
and
wanted
Kylie.
black just like them damn sisters got black. He said, well, shit, let me get some black pussy.
Let me get one.
And honey, he got with her. So hell, y'all got some black men? Let me get some black pussy. So honey, he got with China
Guess
accent,
what?
bitch.
Some black blood.
And that wasn't the piranha he wanted, baby. 'Cause
Okay, that wasn't
He
the
wasn't ready
snapper.
for her.
that wasn't the snapper, baby. Miss China said, oh, bitch, you want them there? Nah. So, baby, Miss China came on in. But you know what? Speaking of that, and I don't mean to change the subject. Girl, what you think about Miss Katie Holmes, bitch?
I don't even
What
know what you're talking about.
happened?
Please clue me
She
in.
got
Why?
a new black man. Kate Holmes is dating this guy.
Oh,
She got a good. His name is Wooten. His last name. Girl, where y'all been?
Hold up.
And
Baby,
Katie
Oh, I
Miss
didn't know
Holmes.
that.
Miss Katie Holmes say,
I-
"Fuck y'all, honey." And he met him out.
I
He
thought
is
she was
cute.
done after
And
January.
No, oh no, Shirley, baby, she went back black, honey.
I'm
Miss
telling
Holmes?
you, yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Miss Holmes
He looks
said that.
different.
Know what
He
they
looks real
say.
artistic.
Yeah, honey. Yeah, 'cause Miss Holmes, honey. She said, honey, she had to hide Jamie. She said, but she ain't hiding this one, honey. She got them all out in the
Who do you
public.
think wanted to hide?
Wow.
Do you think
I
she wanted to
wondered
Jamie
hide?
that.
one
You know,
time.
I've
Jamie one
always
time.
wondered that.
Why would Jamie want to hide? I mean, she's Katie
Because
Holmes.
Jamie
Why?
just wasn't ready. I mean, you know, I just don't think he was ready for it to come out. But
If he was
honey,
with a white
just-
woman.
Yeah.
What do you think, Shirley?
And you know, they called Jamie the Black Hugh Hefner. So he was,
That
you know,
part.
one of those just bachelors
Yes.
forever.
Oh,
Yeah. He's not, he doesn't want to be committed like that in public, you know, because there's too many women out here. There's just too many for a man like him, a successful black man with money and all of that. You know, yeah, it's easier or more fun for him to be the Black Hugh Hefner than it is to settle down with one woman.
But
you know,
y'all, he's
unfortunately,
over
but that's
50.
how it is.
He's
over
had
50, him,
parties.
Common.
Those
Like, why-
parties in Hollywood, like
the stuff
they
of
say
legends.
that
Yes.
Jamie Foxx's
Play
parties.
naked
are-
basketball.
Okay, so
Yep.
I wasn't gonna bring that one.
Where
that
I brought
part.
her. I couldn't have. Girl, I promise y'all, if Jamie Foxx was on top of me, bitch, all I was thinking about is damn Wanda. Looking in my face, girl. Honey. No, ma'am, bitch. Girl, I couldn't have it, honey. Sorry.
First of all, you're not gonna take it all the way back to Wanda, though.
Yes, bitch, he couldn't get on top of me, girl. No, ma'am. honey.
Yep, long time rumor about the naked basketball.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
But y'all,
Mhm.
what do you think about? Okay, so he's one of those. We're totally on a new subject now. Common is another one who stays, like he'll get engaged, but he won't go all the way. And he's been engaged to some and dating some fantastic women. I mean, you know what I
Beautiful.
mean? Like
Commit-
beauties, women who
Yeah,
want to be committed to him. What?
Commitment phobic man. He's another one. Just when it comes to making that long term commitment, that marriage or whatever, he's not with it. And I love him. He's so
I love him
sexy
too. I
and
don't get
and
it.
all of that. And he can get these beautiful, successful women, but can't keep them because he doesn't want to go all the way. You know.
Mm.
And I hear Tiffany Haddish is dating someone.
Oh, really? She
I
got her
heard the
little
same
piece?
thing.
She won't
Let me
tell
look it up
She-
now. Let me look
She
it up now.
definitely puts it out there. You know, just saying little things about what happened between her and Common, and I think that she would be willing to spill tea on Common.
Seems
but
like she wants to,
she's trying to
doesn't it?
keep it cute.
It
she
seems
really
like
is
she
trying to keep it
wants to
cute.
tell,
What
like
happened?
really bad. She wants to say,
Mhm.
you know, here's the deal with Common, but she
Because I
hasn't
think
yet.
he said, you know, it was the distance or something
Yeah.
to that
And she's
effect. And
kinda
she was like, is that what he said? Okay.
Mm.
You know what? We're going to go ahead and go with that. Because,
Distance? You think it was distance?
well, I
When they
listen.
could easily jump on a plane
Hello,
or have a
private
house in
planes.
Chicago and have a house in LA, I don't think it was distance.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I just don't think she probably wanted a family to get married like all of them do and have kids, and he's not with that. He's one of those perpetual bachelors that will probably never get married, or you know, he'll be
I was
old.
about to say, at
old,
what
old.
age
I was
do
gonna say,
these
that's
gotta
guys
be-
When they
settle
asses
down?
can't get up no more, that's what age they married. They gotta use the blue diamonds for sure.
Oh,
that's
Lord.
that's when I want
No,
married.
And guess what? And they can still get a young, they can go get a 30-year-old, 25, 30-year-old
Yeah.
woman, even at, at an advanced
Mhm.
age because of who they are. So I guess, why should you settle down? I don't know.
Yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
Not
And a
that
lot
there's
of women
anything
are
wrong with
doing it.
younger men. I mean, because
Yeah.
if you can get it.
I think I've always dated and married. Both of my husbands are younger than me.
Really?
I'm not a cougar,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
but
Same.
it just
same.
happened that way. It just
Yeah.
happened that way.
That means
Sound like
you're
somebody else on the show
Right, Tap.
did that.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna call
Who?
her name. She
Who?
on top
Spill
of you.
it.
Alfreda's.
But you know
It's
what?
more
I
fun,
was
right?
thinking
It is more
about that
fun.
because someone asked me like how young I would go because this young guy had asked about me. But when I asked how old he was in his 20s. And I was
Ooh,
like,
wow.
Oh no.
that's too young for
That's-
me. Like I can't like 20s.
But I-
is-
Yeah.
But I don't know about you, Shirley, but when I met my husband, I thought he was my age. He's 8 years younger than me.
Uh-huh.
But I thought we were the same age because number one, he's white. So I'll always look younger than him. So that's the good thing.
Okay, ma'am.
That's
Mhm.
just the truth. I'll always look younger than him. But I thought he was my age. I had no idea how old he was. What about you? Did you know your
Mhm.
husband's age when y'all met? Did you know he was younger?
Yeah, he thought I was his age. He's a lot younger than I am. He thought I was his age. So I was
See.
like, yeah, let's go with that. Good. And when I
Yeah.
told him how old I was, he was kind of floored. But by that time it was too late. He was deep in love.
You had him
So
right.
it worked
all
out.
the way around.
Yeah. Yeah, but he doesn't have a problem with it, and neither do I. I think we sync up, pretty well. I don't have a problem. We don't have many problems as far as age goes. So that's a good thing. I think
Yeah.
it's what's in your heart anyway.
That's right. And I think once you
and
get
your
to a
spirit.
certain age, like 20s, that's, we're kind
Yeah,
of
that's
on a
a
different
little bit
wave.
too. I need
That's
at
a
least
baby.
mid 30s. Like I'm only 40. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
You can do 30s.
yeah, I could do. I just feel like a 20-year-old, I'd be tired. Did y'all see that video where the girl was dating a younger guy and he was like, come on, let's go out. Let's do it. She was like tired. Like, why did I decide to
Yes,
take
I've
I've
this?
seen that video.
Like,
no,
I
I'm going
can't,
to
I don't
bed
think
at
I
8.
can do it.
Saturday
Yeah.
night's Lifetime and chill.
I
Okay.
ain't dating nothing young, honey. I told
Gary,
y'all
you know what?
because,
I don't,
mm-mm.
I'm sorry to keep putting your business out here from conversations that we had
No,
today.
let's do it.
But so I was on the phone with Gary and he
Mhm.
stopped at a gas station, right?
What happened?
And now it
Mhm.
gave me some insight as to, we've been trying to hook Gary up and find Gary
Uh-huh.
a soulmate.
Yes.
Okay.
Really
I can probably understand why, it's maybe taking a little bit of time because he saw someone that he knew. I didn't know how they knew each other, but Gary was like, pay for my gas. And I was like, I said, wait a minute. I said, Gary.
What are
I
you,
was
like
who are you
17?
talking to? Then he says, well, go buy me something from inside of there. I'm thirsty. Just go buy me something. Oh, you don't want to buy me nothing? See, that's what's wrong with y'all Negroes. Y'all don't ever want to buy nobody nothing. I was like, well, maybe it's
what
the
is wrong
tone.
with
Love
you?
to me.
What is wrong?
I said, is
with
that how you flirt? Ain't nobody flirting with him. I said, okay.
But you know what? Gifts are my love language. Gifts are my love
Same,
language. They
same.
really are.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
completely
yeah.
get it, Gary. I get it. Buy me something and I'm good.
You sitting there, goddamn, taking up my time. Then won't you pay for my gas? You see me out here doing these
There's something to
domestications,
that.
pumping gas. honey.
Pumping gas.
Okay, well, go buy me a slush. Then, well, you
Just like
get with the
just to
tea.
prove it,
Well, okay,
something.
okay, whatever, honey. Child, honey, I pumped my gas, honey, and got in my truck and left.
Gary
So,
tickles
no.
me. He
See, we're trying to
tickles
find him
me.
somebody, but he's not being forthcoming like he should be. We're like how tall they need to be, how they need to look, this and that.
Shirley
Mhm.
knows I'm
Yeah.
trying to see Jesus' face, honey. I ain't got time for all that mess.
Oh my gosh.
All right, here we go with this. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we'll just continue on our search for you.
Yes, we
Shirley.
will.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yes.
Because Gary
Yeah.
will be a new man. I already know it. I already
Uh-huh.
know.
I think you're right. I
Gary
absolutely
in
think you're
love
right.
is going to be a whole different person.
Gary will not have time for us anymore if that happens. When Gary falls in
Yeah.
love, we're gonna sit.
Child, that's one
I
thing
can't-
about me, honey.
I can't.
I will never change. When I was in that, when I lived in Houston and I was dating, and I had a friend, honey, she was a lesbian, honey. When she,
You want to tell her name too?
No.
Just out here outing everybody.
When my friend would come by to pick me up, oh, let's go to the mall. You ain't got to be with him. She would always come get my ass and take me away from him. But then when her friend would come, she would just kick us to the doggone curb. So, honey, that's what I learned. That's one reason why I don't like hang with that lesbians, number one. And number two, honey, that's why I don't, you know,
What
you
does that
can't
have to
change
do with
me.
lesbians? You think all lesbians do that?
But is that
Well,
a thing? Do you guys? I feel like that's how free this is. But you know, when a woman
back up.
gets
No,
a man,
Pause. How is Frida's?
you know, when you got your man, then it was just like all about the man. Like, you know, don't really have time for Gary. Does she answer your phone
Because
calls?
I have
No.
Shirley.
Oh,
I
okay.
Shirley, I have
No, don't
three
blame it on the
boys. I have
kids.
an 8-year-old.
Do not blame it on the kids.
I don't even
Shirley,
answer the
please
phone
don't
if
listen
they're
to
in
her.
the car because I won't be. Okay, let me ask you something. When I'm in the car, if I answer the phone, are we having a 3-way conversation? Then of course we are. So I don't even answer the
No.
phone because I know they're not gonna let me talk. They're gonna be like, Mom. So
Shirley, did you keep your same friends? Did you make time for your friends? Is that important? Or because a lot of women feel different ways. Like, I don't know, if I get a dude, my friends might be like, no, because when you got a man, you're different and you always want to spend
I
time.
am not different.
But is it no, because it's important to maintain your friendships with your girlfriends and have that life as well. Or I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think so. I mean, you have to, maintain that sense of self. You don't want to lose yourself in someone else. Yeah, I maintain my girlfriends now. Sometimes we're on the phone talking for hours. If I'm in a relationship, we may not talk for 2 hours. I may just talk for one. You know what I'm saying? I may, instead of 3-hour conversation about absolutely nothing when you're on the phone with your girlfriends, I may talk for 3 hours. 2 hours or whatever. But I'm going to,
And Shirley, we
I
talk
keep
for
the same
hours.
friends, introduce them to whoever,
Shirley, we
do,
talk
Gary,
for hours.
and my
We be
husband
talking,
did.
honey,
Tell
husband,
Gary I
whatever. We
said,
just
what's
talk.
up?
Yeah, because we talk. That's one thing I don't like about people.
Yeah,
You don't have to change, honey. My thing, and sometimes men try to change y'all too, honey, so that you don't know what's going on. So you ain't need to talk to them no more and all. But honey, we talk.
That
Right.
sounds like Leroy, Gary.
Yeah.
With Leroy,
That's
that other person whose name we now know?
you gonna keep
That's
bringing
the worst
that
kind of a man. And
It
an insecure, controlling man. That's the worst kind of a man. Yeah.
And that's a big red flag.
That is.
That's a big red
Yeah.
flag. You just
Then
want hanging out with
if
your
you
friends.
ignore that red flag,
Yeah,
that's on you because you
Yeah.
need to get out of there if they're controlling. Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay, well, this
Don't want
is
that.
what I want to ask you, Shirley. I know you're a married woman now, but for the people who are still single, just say if Gary,
Yeah.
wants to
Vic or
meet
Vic.
or me, okay,
You.
wants to meet somebody, where is the perfect place to meet a man or, to meet somebody? Do you still think it's the grocery store? A lot of people say it's not the grocery store. When I go to my grocery store, it's just a lot of veterans in there shopping. So I
Okay,
just
well, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't
no,
nothing wrong
I'm
with
just saying it's not like no. I'm saying it's not like somebody that I'll be like, oh, let me pass my number. They're married. They're like with their
that. The grocery store. They're buying groceries.
But a lot of people say you can meet men at the grocery. You
that's-
don't meet somebody.
Yeah. It's an interesting question because I just look at it this way. You can meet a man anywhere. It doesn't have to be a specific place, as long as you, carry yourself a certain way, as we were talking about earlier, as long as you look good, because men are visual. You can meet a man anywhere, in your apartment complex, anywhere, just as long as you're ready. You look good, like
ready.
I say, you carry yourself
Yeah.
a certain way, anywhere. And some of your single friends, your single or your married friends, somebody might just be divorced. Get them to hook you up with people, or introduce you, make the introduction at least. But, I think everything is open for meeting people. Now, once you meet them, you got to do your due diligence and make sure. I have Invisaligns and they get stuck sometimes. But anyway, my braces do. This is a new experience for me.
I have
But,
braces. You might can't see it in the video, but I understand.
Yeah. I hate them. I absolutely hate them, but you got to wear them. But it's the Zoom fault. It's Zoom's fault. I blame it on Zoom. But anyway, yeah, I think you can meet a person anywhere. I just really do. I don't limit myself, and I tell my friends, don't limit yourself. But if you have good friends, they can introduce you. But just once you meet that person, do your due diligence.
Yes.
Investigate them, whatever you want to call it. Google
Background
them,
checks,
do all of
all
that,
of that.
because you need to know. You need to know who you're dealing with now, because it's crazy out there. But I don't limit myself as to where I can meet a person. I never do.
Just be
All right,
ready.
ladies.
Number one, you
I hope
gotta
that
Well,
answers
just
your
be
question.
ready.
be ready.
But what about, every time
Yeah,
I'm in the, go to
that's
the
it.
grocery store, I'm always at the produce department. I love the cucumbers, and I'm always looking at them and stuff,
And the
but
carrots, and
nobody
you're
stopped
holding
by. They just keep
Nobody's like,
passing by.
"Oh,
Really,
that's
Gary,
a
really?
large cucumber." Oh, do you like large cucumber? Like, what do you want to say?
Can you handle
Gary?
that?
You gotta see what you want to put in
cucumber?
your salad. I'm like, I'm gonna put this in my salad. It's just
You just posted up in the produce section at the grocery store.
Yeah, just
Really?
post it up.
Gary trying to be funny. Put in his salad. Okay.
He is.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you cut the skin off your cucumber?
No, I like my
Skin off your
cucumbers,
cucumber.
honey.
Do
No,
you
I like
eat it with-
all the skin on them, honey.
Oh no.
But,
Wow.
No,
We're going
I
there.
can't. No, Gary.
Imagine that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this has
Crazy,
been an
crazy,
amazing
crazy.
conversation.
Yeah.
I'm Shirley. We love
Just
you.
Stay
Yeah.
ready.
Love you, Shirley. I'm so glad you were able to hang out with us today.
Absolutely.
Love you. If I had known that you and Gary was cool, you would have been on a long time ago.
Yeah.
Jealous. Y'all call us on three-way. Next time y'all having a long conversation, we want to
I
talk.
know. We want to talk.
Okay, for sure.
Okay, so tell us again. I know you told us earlier,
Well,
but where people can go to find your new candles.
Your
Tell us
social
again.
media, everything. How can they
Come on.
reach you?
Okay.
I mean, we know, but
Well,
still, just
okay,
tell us.
I'll do my social media first. My Instagram is @mygirlshirley, @mygirlshirley. My new candle collection, you can find that at loveshirleystrawberry.com. Loveshirleystrawberry.com. It is called the Love Collection, and I will be at Phipps Plaza on Saturday, this coming Saturday, the Saturday before Mother's Day, just in time, from 1 to 4 p.m. I'll be upstairs at a store called Merge Co., MERGE Co. It's a Black-owned company. They have Black designers and artists from all over the world in this store. It's something to see. You got to come and see the store. But that's where my candles will be. And my candles are just all about love and self-care. All right. And thank you guys for that. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
I love you
you.
all. I really
Thank
do.
you.
We love you. You are the host.
Yeah.
of
Thank
the
you for
most.
having
really
me.
appreciate your time.
Yes. She was
Oh, thank you
before
for
our
having me.
time.
I don't know what you're talking about. Me and Shirley the same age.
Yeah.
So
Thank you guys. I
All
love
right.
you. Thank you.
Love you
All
too,
right.
Shirley. You take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.